keeping you in the game. Luxembourg, Garbutt, Kelly, and George, keeping promises for over 80 years. The Red Zone, score big at the Red Zone. Constant Insurance, love the life you live. Worry-free. Today's broadcast also being brought to you by the Crane Room Grill, family-owned restaurant, brewery, and banquet center. By the Tri-County Principals Association, something for your wall photography. They capture that perfect moment. And by the Lawrence County Community Action Partnership. Good afternoon, everybody. My name's Lee Moan, along with my brother Jay Moan here from sun-splashed North Allegheny High School. What a great day for high school baseball, Jay.
What a beautiful field. They have the old grass infield, grass outfield, and I really like it.
Well, Mr. Bizzuto, our athletic director, who is here, does not believe in turf. So he's an old school guy that it's all grass and dirt, and Mr. John Ionati takes meticulous, perfect, of this field. It's always in prime condition, softball and baseball here at North Allegheny. So there's going to be softball games here later on, too. But we get a triple header with the first game of 3 here today. Laurel taking on Shady's side. And we'll be having a nightcap also at 4 o'clock. I believe it's 3 o'clock or so, 3, 4 o'clock. The Shannock plays, and then Shenango plays at Blackhawk. Mr. Dotson will have that call on Lawrence County SportsNet, and then we will have the Mohawk game. You and I, we each get to travel down the road about 25 minutes up the road, the Seneca Valley, and we will have Mohawk and Keystone Oaks at 7 o'clock. So full day of games here on Lawrence County SportsNet.com, powered by LCAP. Get you set up for today's broadcast. The Laurel Spartans finished third in their section, tied with Neshannock. They finished 8-4, or actually finished fourth, because Shenango won the section. Finished fourth, 8-4, tied with Neshannock, and 9-6 overall. And then the Shady side Bulldogs, they finished second in their conference, 7-3 in their conference, and 9-5 overall. They were behind Sarah Catholic, which has been undefeated, and Coach Dorenza does a fantastic job down there. But Laurel and Shady side bring today's action. Looking at the brackets, that's the 8-9 game. The winner of this game will get to take on the number 1 seed at Sarah Catholic. They're going to be taking on Beth Center today at 4 o'clock. This is the only game going on in 2A, so we don't have to worry about looking at Twitter or anything like that, Jay. A lot of people from 2A are probably going to be tuned into this broadcast, to find out what's going on, especially probably Coach Dorenza, probably listening on the way to Latrobe, probably knowing him. So shout out to Coach Dorenza, more than likely. At the bottom of the bracket, Carmichael's and Apollo Ridge. They're playing the second game at Latrobe High School at 6:30, and then Riverside and Chartiers Houston, they are at Plum at 6:30. Also on the right side of the bracket, number 2 seed Seton LaSalle. They will take on Northgate. They're playing at Matula Field at Shaler at 4:30. The Shannock, which I already mentioned, the 3 o'clock game against Bentworth at Chippewa, and then Shenango plays a second game there. So it's great that the WPIAL thought of Lawrence County and put at least a doubleheader together for Mr. Dawson. They're taking on the Fort Cherry Rangers at 5:30, and then Burgettstown, the number 6 seed, they're down W&J. They're going to be facing California. It's a good situation for that. Or a nice Burgettstown in California, way down. WPIAL. So that's a nice split there for a host site at W&J. So that's gets you set up there. The two teams coming in looking to make it to the WPIAL championship, and we're getting ready to start here. We're gonna take a quick break as we're getting ready for our national anthem, and we will come back with our starting lineups. You're listening to WPIAL Baseball here on Lawrence County SportsNet.com, powered by LCAP and the TribLive High School Sports Network.
We all want our kids to grow up safe and healthy, so we show them how, and we tell them with honest conversations that let them know what we expect. That's especially important when it comes to alcohol and other drugs. Kids need to know the dangers and how to avoid them. And when it comes to pain medications, opioids, they need to know that they should never be taken without a prescription and never shared with friends or family. It's dangerous and illegal. So talk with your kids, because when you talk, they hear you.
Hi, it's Tori DeVito. In every family, small conversations can make a big impact. Like when my dad shared his experiences as an alcoholic.
Your honesty about that part of your life gave me a sense of integrity that I wanted to uphold in my own life.
I wanted you to know from someone who's been in recovery more than 30 years now that hard work is what creates success, not alcohol or other drugs. I said it a lot, and I'm glad you took it to heart.
Talk. They hear you. For more information, visit underagedrinking.samhsa.gov.
TribLive has a little something for everyone. Sports from high school to the pros. News from across the street and around the world. Arts and entertainment. Lifestyles, opinion, weather, photo galleries, video. You can even find your next job, house, and car. So look alive, Pittsburgh, and get the news you want and information you need all in one. TribLive.com. News and more 24/7.
And welcome back here to North Allegheny High School. Lee Moan, J Moan bringing you today's first round action between Shady Side and Laurel. Let's get you set up for today's game here at Lawrence County SportsNet, powered by LCAP. Leading off for the Shady Side Bulldogs. Number 20, he's the DH. He's DHing for today's starting pitcher, Bryce Trissler. Batting second, number 4, Jonas Sakowicz. He is second baseman. Batting third, number 11, Bobby O'Brien. He's your first baseman. Number 13, Aiden Reagans. He's your left fielder. He bats fourth. Josh Chu, the shortstop, wears number 7. He bats fifth. Number 21, Sam Lukatic, the third baseman. He will bat sixth. The right fielder, and wear number 18, bats seventh, Mickey Gallagher. Matt Long, he's your catcher. Bats eighth, wears number 2. And Jackson Susky, the center fielder. He wears number 12. He will bat ninth. So it's Begg, Sakowicz, O'Brien, Reagans, Chu, Lukatic, Gallagher, Long, and Susky. Jay, I'll let you do the Laurel defense if you would. Whoops. It would help if I turn your mic up. There you go.
Okay. Oh, there I am.
Yeah, there you are.
Starting pitcher for Laurel is Logan Ayers, and the catcher is Connor Pontenstop, and the first baseman is Michael Pasquarello. The second baseman is Hunter Kabalka. Shortstop is Luke McCoy, and Cam Colorado is the third baseman. From right to left is John Andre, Kobe DeRosa, and Ryan Tellez.
So it should be a fun game here tonight, or this afternoon. I want to pull up James' notes. James sent me all kinds of notes, as he usually does somehow. That's even better. Coach Gene Gennaro, it's his third year at Laurel High School. He coached at Union for 8 years. Still the gym teacher at Union High School. I wanted to get a chance to talk to him to see how much him and Dawson battle each other, since Dawson's also a teacher at Union High School. They made 2 trips to the WPIALs and semis while he was there. He had 104 wins as the Neshannock win, his 104 career wins. He left coaching about 10 years ago. Went to concentrate on his family, and then decided, hey, I got an itch. So he wants to get back into it, was able to come up with this Laurel job. So 1995 Newcastle grad, and he played at Pitt, and he played at Slippy Rock. Coach for Shady Side. First-year head coach, Sean Wilson. So he was he was a coach and also assistant coach at Seton Hill. He's an assistant coach at Mount Lebanon, Fox Chapel, Plum. He's a teacher in the Woodland Hills School District, but he put together a nice staff. Chris Peters, you remember the Chris Peters name, pitched for the Pittsburgh Pirates.
Yes, I do.
The lefty Chris didn't throw hard. What I remember, he's just a crafty lefty.
Good control.
What I remember, yeah. He and then also Jeff Minnick. He played at Point Park and also did a little bit of coaching at Pitt. So Coach Wilson, he was a D1 academic All-American. So, I mean, it should give you this idea of the smart. And then while he was at Duquesne, his career, he finished 8th in career batting average. He was first in season on-base percentage, and he had the most walks in a season. So hold this record for Sean Wilson. So pretty good playing career while he was at Duquesne. And unfortunately, I was going to look that up, Jay, and I forgot. Duquesne got rid of their baseball program a few years ago. Yeah, the Title IX and all that other stuff that goes on. So they unfortunately had to get rid of the baseball program at Duquesne. So hate to see that, but you see that with more and more schools now, trying to afford everything to be in the state, especially with the COVID stuff that happened.
It's all about the money. If you don't have the money, you have to pick which one you want to have and which one you don't. Unfortunately, baseball went by.
Yeah, that's a shame because Duquesne had a great baseball program. So our home plate umpire, Rick Lakaitis, today. Joe Ennis at first, and Michael Proke is at third. Just going to talk Rick Lakaitis. I don't know, Jay, if you remember. Well, he just put his mask on. In between innings, you'll recognize Rick because he used to umpire 7 different sports in the WPIAL. And he says, I got smart. I'm just down to 4. He says, I just do the 4 smart ones now. Baseball, football, basketball, and soccer. That's all. He threw out the other. I forgot what other 3 he did. But, yeah, he was 7 sports way back when. But veteran of many, many sports around the WPIAL. So beautiful field here at North Allegheny. Everything is just perfect here. Ron Poniolowicz of Newcastle News is here taking pictures. You can check out his article in the Newcastle News tomorrow. He's our official scorer. He already knows that. So as we get ready to go, second, third game will be later on today. For those who old-time Pirate fans, if you remember Laney for Terry, he will be here for the second and third game. He'll be broadcasting the games in the TribLive High School Sports Network. So in between games, between the Shannock and Shenango, you can check out TribLive High School Sports Network, get the games in North Allegheny, and you can turn on to hear Laney sounds pretty much the same as he normally does. Be good to see him later on. So we're getting ready for our first pitch. Throw down the second base. We're about ready to go. And Luke Begg will step in. Turn our crowd mic up a little bit.
Junior designated hitter number 20, Luke Begg.
Yeah, we can hear him pretty much okay. Mr. Brandon Rossi in the PA announce. Luke Begg, part of the hockey team. And it's interesting, we talked to Coach Wilson, Jay, and he said they're required to play 2 sports at Shady Side Academy.
Back in the day, that you could only play 1, but they said they're required, which I've never really heard of before.
Yeah, first pitch is a strike. I know it's Swickley Academy. They're required to play at least 1. I believe it was. So Swickley Academy, they have Coach Wynn Palmer. They have a no-cut policy. So if you want to come out for basketball, you're on the team. Ground ball is going to be foul. So, yeah, it gets you involved with 2 sports. I'd say as we run down some of this stuff here today, what they're more famous. And I was interested in a couple of our players. They play squash, and I know you were a handball player, but it's a lot similar to squash.
I played a lot of years of handball. I really miss it, but at my age and my knees, we don't play anymore.
Yeah, you're lucky you walk. Here comes the 2-strike pitch. That's fouled off, just getting a piece of it. Yeah, thanks everybody here at North Allegheny High School for taking good care of us. We're on the first base side, so Randy Gore, if you're tuned in, we decided to come first base side, so we didn't run the 100-foot extension cord like we normally do in the third base side. Randy always likes that third base side look. He likes to get away from everybody. He likes that view. And
I like the view here. I like the first base side.
So Ayers. The 0-2 pitch. That's down in the dirt. As Ponceloff not blocked that, but no big thing. With nobody on base, just getting started. And I said that's the one good thing about today's game. We don't have to worry about any out-of-town scores and just concentrate on this game. And on a great day. Comes the 1-2. That's fouled back off. I think it went off Ponceloff. Actually, it went off Mr. Lakaitis. That went off the catcher.
Wasn't sure who went off.
Yeah. Wonder how many foul balls he's taken off over the years. The experienced man. Comes the 1-2. Just low. Good pitch.
You like to keep him low, and that's exactly where that pitch was. He didn't bite, though, for it.
Yeah, great 1-2 pitch. Lefty on lefty here. Comes the 2-2. That's fouled back off. So good start here for Luke Begg, getting 7 pitches already. They increased now the playoffs now. Instead of 100 pitches, you're allowed to throw 105 now in the playoffs. They add those 5 extra pitches for the playoffs. Comes the 2-2. That's fouled off again.
He's really battling there. I think those are all strikes, so he knows he better take a swing at him or else he's going to be rung up. It's strike 3.
The other than that one that went back to the fence. I mean, he's been around the plate. Ayers isn't going to blow you by with a fastball too often. The curveball, check swing, ground ball, third base. Colorado ups, throws, and gets him out at first. So 1 down here in the top of the first inning.
Batting second, sophomore second baseman, number 4, Jonah Sakowicz.
Jonah Sakowicz, the sophomore, will bat second. He's a member of the cross-country team. Yeah, Shady Side Academy, their field's getting renovated, so they do have no home games this year. So they played every game on the road at the no off-season complex in West Deer. First pitch, swing and a miss. Yeah, they last won the title in 2009. Last year they lost to California in the first round of the playoffs. Had their first winning season last year after 5 losing seasons. Pitch up a little bit high. Sure, we're still connected. Yeah, we're doing well. We'll keep an eye on that blue light today and make sure we're doing good. Comes the 1-1. It's a little low. Should be fine. Every once in a while, it'll flash on and off.
I'm just watching.
Yeah, we'll just keep an eye on it every few minutes or inning or so. Comes the 2-1. That's down low, ball 3. Yeah, Ayers isn't going to surprise you with a lot of speed, though. He's, as Mr. Dodson says, a real crafty left-hander. But he can have control issues. Comes to 3-1. That's down low, ball 4. So right on cue, a 1-out walk to Jonah Sakowicz.
Those pitches didn't miss by much, but they definitely are a little bit low.
And bring up Bobby O'Brien.
Senior first baseman, number 11, Bobby O'Brien.
And Bobby O'Brien is with the mentioned squash team. Interesting that they have a squash in high school.
I've never heard of that before.
Yeah. Well, it's a tech school, too, so they're part of the tech schools. Also on the golf team for Shady Side. Someone else to get golf lessons from, maybe.
I think you need golf lessons, William.
You're just being honest.
Yeah.
Go. Up high, ball 1. Well, I have been in touch with Wynn Palmer, so the head golf coach at Swickley Academy. I'm in line to lesson number 2, hopefully coming soon.
I don't play golf, so I don't need no lessons. You saw me play golf last time. It's fun.
Pitch low, ball 2.
My softball swing for a golf swing. It didn't go good.
But you had fun.
Oh, I had a blast.
That's all that matters. That's all that matters. No score here at the top of the first inning. Sakowicz on at first. There's a strike. 2-1 count now to Bobby O'Brien here at the top of the first inning. Again, 1st to 3 here from North Allegheny High School. 1, 4, and 7. Comes the 2-1. There's a strike in the corner. Thought Sakowicz was taking off there for a second. It's going to get a little chilly here tonight, but we'll be in a press box tonight at Seneca Valley, so we should be fine.
I got my sweatshirt just in case.
So do I. Throw back, you back safely. It's still going to be open air, so the air will still be coming in a little bit, so I'm not behind glass. It's still a beautiful facility at Seneca Valley.
I don't think I've ever been there for baseball.
2, ball low in the dirt. Sakowicz takes off, throw down. I guess he's safe. And now he's out. Okay, I was waiting for the call.
I think he's waiting for the home plate umpire to give the call, too.
I don't know what he did. I had to worry about the ball. It's ball 3. That's all I know.
I don't think he saw what happened because he looked at the home plate umpire waiting for him to tell him what was going on there.
But anyways, we get the out call at second base. So 2 outs. And here comes the payoff pitch. That's down low, ball 4. Yeah, Sakowicz got a pretty good jump, but it was a great throw by Ponsloff. The ball was in the dirt, and he was able to scoop it up and make that strong throw. So 2 outs here in the top of the first inning.
Junior left fielder number 13, Aiden Reagans.
Aiden Reagans will step in, the cleanup hitter. The junior swings at the first pitch. This is strike one. Not a big lead for O'Brien. Next pitch up high.
Looked like a little bit of heat there, Lee.
Yeah. Yeah, after that first throw by Ponsloff, the Shady side might be a little bit more careful here. That ball gets away from Ponsloff and goes back to the backstop, and the wild pitch, O'Brien will go down to second base, so a man in scoring position for the Bulldogs. Thanks to LGKG for, we'll let them be the starting lineups here. We'll get their read in between innings. So O'Brien goes down to second base. That pitch in the dirt also. Count goes to 3-1. Coach Kelly might be tuned in. Also, has that game at 5:30 for the Shenango Wildcats. Comes to 3-1. That's inside. 3 straight walks for Logan Ayers. 2 outs here in the top of the first inning.
Batting fifth, senior shortstop, number 7, Josh Chu.
And Josh Chu, I think you remember him, Jay, from Shady Side Academy. We were at the WPIAL basketball championship, and he was part of the Shady Side Bulldog basketball championship team.
I remember him quite well.
Yeah, we got to see him with semis and finals.
Yes.
Yeah. Yeah, they defeated Aliquippa in the semis at North Allegheny High School.
Yes.
You can hear the wind blowing from right to left here at North Allegheny High School. So Chu stepped in, takes the first pitch strike. Josh getting some D3 looks for baseball. 2 outs here in the top of the first. As a pitch at the knee, strike 2, good pitch. Count goes 0-2. O'Brien is second, Reagans at first. That one popped out of play. Into the woods.
At least it wasn't under her head, Lee.
No, I'll trust you to catch it. You were right along the fence, about 5 feet off the plate here. Off speed, Chu drives it right field, and coming in to make the catch will be John Andre for the 3rd out of the inning. So Shady Side battles, but no runs on no hits, no errors, and 2 men left at the end of half inning. No score between Shady Side and Laurel here at Lawrence County SportsNet.com, powered by LCAP. Your insurance company's not always on your side, but the law offices of Luxembourg, Garbutt, Kelly, and George are. Visit them online at LGKG for a free consultation. Luxembourg, Garbutt, Kelly, and George. They're going to keep promises for over 80 years. Jay, I'll let you run down the Laurel starting lineup.
Batting first is Logan Ayers, the pitcher. Batting second.
Starting battery for Shady Side Academy.
And let me get the right one here.
And the pitcher number 17,
It's Kobe DeRosa. Connor Ponsloff is batting third. Cam Calderado is batting fourth. Michael Pasquarello is batting fifth. Luke McCoy is batting sixth. Ryan Tellez is batting seventh. Hunter Kabaka is batting eighth. And John Andre is batting ninth.
And on the mound for the Shady Side Academy Bulldogs, Bryson Trissler. Behind the plate, Matt Long. At first, Bobby O'Brien. At second is Jonah Sakowicz. Josh Chu at short. Sam Lekatich at third from left to right. Aiden Reagans, Jackson Susky, and Mickey Gallagher. And Trissler also a left-hander for Shady Side. I don't know if you remember, Jay. I'm sure some of our listeners do. Shady Side, the Bulldogs have only been their mascot, I believe, for 2 years now. If you remember, they were the Indians for many, many years and decided to change the mascot and went to the Bulldogs.
I don't remember that, Lee, but a lot of teams had to change their mascots.
They didn't have to change their mascot.
Well,
they just decided that, we'll just be politically correct. You know, they decided to change their mascots. Keep it that way. Anyways, nonetheless, Indiana. I'm so surprised Indiana are still the Little Indians right now up in Indiana, because the college changed they're the what is Indiana? I just off the top of my head. I want to say the Red Hawks, but I can't remember. But anyways, we digress. Logan Ayers will step in for the Laurel Spartans, the lefty. Logan Ayers, member of that football team. He's also the strikeout leader for this baseball team. Came in with 49 strikeouts on the year.
Have to see what kind of pitches he brings.
He's going to work from the stretch, does Trishler. First pitch, a strike at the knees. I didn't get a chance to ask. Unfortunately, we were a little bit busy here pregame. If Camden and Nolan were his brothers, and if they golf. One pitch strike. Thought about a play. So I just put the question marks there, but I didn't get a chance to verify that. So that's if they get him in the second round, I'll hopefully be able to ask that. So Luke McCoy off the slippery rock. Or that's Logan. Sorry, thinking Luke McCoy. Yeah, Logan Ayers. Next pitch just outside. We'll get to Luke later. No score here in the bottom of the first inning between Shady Side and Laurel. Winner will take on number 1 or 16 seed on Thursday. 2-strike pitch. 1-2. Outside count goes to 2-2. Here between Sarah Catholic and Beth Center. Sarah Catholic undefeated on the year.
He tried to get in the fish for the last pitch, and he didn't do it.
2-2, way up high, ball 3. And a back crowd here for a 1 o'clock afternoon game. And Ayers steps out. Trishler comes set. Here comes the payoff pitch. That's up high, ball 4, so lead up walk for Logan Ayers. Bring up Kobe DeRosa, your center fielder. We know all about Kobe.
I remember from basketball and football, but both.
Yeah, mostly football is what I remember. I mean, and he was finally made a decision and finally got the offer to play football at W&J. So he will be a great athlete down at W&J. Randy and Gore will be seeing him play for it, probably. First pitch, swinging and miss, blew the fastball right by him.
I think he was going for the fences in that one.
Yeah, Kobe was fun to watch all year long.
No, he was a good quarterback. One of the better ones we've seen.
Yeah, very athletic.
Yep.
No score here in the bottom of the first between Shady Side and Laurel. Ayers get the throw over. He's back safely. Yeah, I think the sun, well, actually it goes that way, so we should be okay today. Won't get too fried.
Oh. We're pretty tan already, Lee, from our Florida trip, so we should be okay.
Don't rub it in, huh?
I am rubbing it in.
Next pitch up high. For those who don't know, Jay and I took a 2-week trip to Florida for a niece's wedding, and we loved every second of it.
The weather was beautiful every day, and nothing to do except enjoy.
Back safely as Ayers. You know, I was about a week and a half in Florida, and I took four days in Myrtle Beach on the way back up. So now I'm broadcasting to pay off the trip and umpiring. 1-1 count to Kobe DeRosa. Comes the pitch. That sails over the head of Matt Long. And Ayers will get in the second. No chance for Long to come up with that one.
I don't think anybody could have caught that pitch.
Maybe Darren Morningstar from North Allegheny, who's 6'11".
I don't think so. I was thinking more than Minute Bone. He's at, 7'6".
Yeah.
I don't think he could have caught that one.
Count goes to 2-1. Comes the pitch to DeRosa. Fouls that down the right field line. Giving chase is Gallagher, but he will see that ball go out of play. I'm having a tough time tracking that ball, trying to find out where that ball's hit with the sun, the bright sun today. We have to go without the shades. 2-2 count to DeRosa.
DeRosa looked like he was trying to go to right field with that swing.
Well, you want to. I mean, in this situation, you have a runner on second and nobody out. You want to get that runner over.
Yep.
That's good fundamental baseball. Comes to 2-2. That's up high, ball 3. You guys actually listened to a Pirate game last night. They were actually talking about that.
I turned it on. I saw what the score was. I shut it off. Never looked until the end of the game.
Comes the payoff pitch. Foul back to the screen. Yeah, I heard the first 2 outs, I think it was. Then I had to get out of the car and get something to eat. And when I got back in the car, it was 8-0. 15, 20 minutes later, it was a 33-minute first inning.
I checked the score. It was 3-0. I turned it back on. It was 8-0. I said, enough for this game.
Yeah.
That was it.
Payoff pitch again. That's in the dirt, ball 4. So first and second and nobody out. 2 walks to start off this game. And Connor Potzloff, the catcher, will step in.
Batting third, junior catcher number 29, Connor Potzloff.
This continuously, it's going to be a long game.
We have time, though.
Yes, we do.
Yeah. We don't have to be at Seneca Valley till probably 6 o'clock. So now Lanny and Mike, they're going to be delayed a little bit if this keeps up. So Ayers at second, DeRosa at first. First pitch up high, ball 1 at the Connor Potzloff, the catcher. And there's lights here at North Allegheny, so
we won't have to worry about that.
That's up high, ball 2. Waiting for a trip to the mound, and here it comes. Your trip to the mound sponsored by Ponch's Insurance. Ponch's Insurance